Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, folks, we've got information coming out of the United Nations. Russia and China have teamed up to block the United Nations from putting sanctions on Syria over their sarin gas attack upon their own citizens that is supposedly was done by Assad, President Assad. Now, at the same token, there was other gas attacks, though, folks, that they believe was done by ISIS, okay, on citizens. So you can't really put sanctions on ISIS. You just have to destroy them, as Trump said last night, from off the planet. Remove them from off the planet. All right, so I guess that's pretty good. I guess that would, I mean, you really don't need sanctions if you're going to do that. But as it relates to President Assad, he is always being protected by either the Iranians or the Russians and now the Chinese. But the Chinese have already sent troops into Syria as well. According to reports, though, out of the corrupt United Nations, Russia cast its seventh veto to protect the Syrian government from the United Nations Security Council action, blocking a bid by Western powers to impose sanctions over accusations of the chemical weapons attack during the 6-year Syrian conflict. Now, you do remember when President Obama drew the red line in the sand and said that if Assad uses gas, poisonous chemical weapons, that was crossing the red line and he would deal with him. Of course, he never did. Now, China backed Russia, and the two of them cast its sixth veto. This was the sixth one for China on Syria. Russia had said the vote on the resolution drafted by France, Britain, and the United States would harm the UN-led peace talks between the warring Syrian parties in Geneva. They've begun this discussions last week. 9 council members voted in favor. Bolivia voted against it, while Egypt, Ethiopia, and Kyrgyzstan abstained from the vote. So it wasn't just China and Russia. Bolivia also voted against it. Okay. Russian President Vladimir Putin described the draft resolution on Tuesday as totally inappropriate. And he says, quote, "For my friends in Russia, the resolution is very appropriate," says U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley. And she told the council this during the vote. Quote, "It is a sad day on this Security Council when members start making excuses for other member states killing their own people. The world is definitely a more dangerous place." The vote was one of the first confrontations at the United Nations between Russia and the United States since U.S. President Donald Trump took office in January, pledging to build closer ties with Moscow. Well, that summit between Trump and Putin has yet to take place, although they do talk occasionally by phone. The United States is ramping up its military. We're going to explode with a increase. The sequester's gone. Trump has removed the sequester, so the military is going to start getting raises. The veterans are going to get a lot more help, and Trump is going to rebuild the military. He's buying thousands of new planes. There'll be new ships built, new nuclear submarines, an increase in nuclear missiles and upgraded technology, and maybe even something that BP Earthwatch brought up the other night, maybe the Tesla technology, the ultimate laser weapon from our atmosphere. What? Just saying. Using the HARP technology to pull that together. Is that the great sword that the Bible talks about in the book of Revelation, where it says during the red horseman of the apocalypse, that this horseman will be given a great sword? Are you serious? Well, we're going to keep a close eye on all of this as it relates to biblical prophecy. We're truly living in the last days, and the current world events are shaping our world. Were prophesied to literally to happen in the Bible. Give your life to Jesus Christ. Don't miss today's powerful live broadcast. We're celebrating the 7 years The 7 years since I first turned some kind of a rickety webcam camera on and started doing YouTube videos. And in 7 years, we've done over 10,000 YouTube videos, over 117 million views, and thousands of people have come to Christ. That can only be done by the Lord Jesus Christ. It was his plan. It was his initiative. It is his mercy and grace for all of mankind. Give your life to Christ. We're running out of time.